Okay, as I said, we have Dr. Joshua Culbreath here. We have Warrior Heartbeat Tyreke here. And Tyreke, I wanted you to meet a piece of Marine Corps history, a piece of this country's history. All right? Dr. Joshua Culbreath. And he loves talking with young folks. And I know you love veterans. So what's going to happen right now is I'm going to step out of the frame, and Tyreke, it's your show. You get to talk with Dr. Culbreath, and you guys chat about whatever you like. All right? All right.
So what was it like joining the Marine Corps?
It was a dream and a wish and a desire for a long, long time.
Were you scared to join the Marine Corps?
Of course not. What I saw in the Marine Corps was not fear, but hope, love, strength of character, development of a man. They develop men. You are a young person when you go in, but you are a man when you come out. Those are the standards. They're very high, but they're worth it. You had to be inspired by them because of the things that they have done. Strong of character, wanting to help people who are less fortunate than others. And that's what it happens, that I grew up in an area with a lot of people, and I shared things with them, but it took people in my neighborhood who taught me things, and one of them was a man that went on to become a great baseball player, and also he became a great manager, and boy, I'll tell you, his name will live forever in baseball, and that was Tommy Lasorda, from a little place in Norristown, Pennsylvania. And my little town, by the way, is the largest borough in the world, Norristown. It's not a city. It could have been a city, but it would have cost us too many taxes. So it is the largest borough in the world. So that gives me an opportunity to boast a little more about how proud I am to be a part of where I was born. And yet that, like Manhattan, is a borough in New York. And people didn't know that. But it's a proud place that I came from, and the people I grew up with were just wonderful. They were the ones that encouraged me as I got older. And the thing is, I have tried to reach back and do the things that I never had done for me when I was growing up. But I had a lot of good people who led me the way. They showed me the light. I could box, fight. So I boxed for an Italian club called the LAM, Lodge Antonio Medici. And here, they taught me so much. The manly art of self-defense, which is wonderful. So I knew how it made me stronger in character. And the thing that I learned is that you had to crack books when you were in school. And that is, cracking mean that you had to study a little harder and make yourself wonderfully known. I was on the honor roll in school from the time I was a young boy until I graduated from high school and went to college, and I received several degrees as I matured. But I never forgot how I started. I wanted to run, and I ran throughout the world, and I became the best. I got to the Olympic Games, which is the largest and oldest relay carnival like that you have, like in the world. It's Penn Relays right here in Philadelphia. And I won that 2 years in a row. There are only 3 men in the history of the Penn Relays that won the 400-meter hurdles 3 times in a row. I won them. So that is like well known, because if you have run in the relays, you have made it to the epitome of track and field in the United States. I went on to win at the Pan American Games, which is like the Olympic Games. They're held every 4 years. I won the Pan American Games in Mexico City in the high altitude, and when you have not been acclimated to weather and train in it, you'll find out it's difficult to run in it because it's short of breath. You're in a high altitude and the air is thinner. But we don't have time to train to go for how you're going to become acclimated to that climate. We had to run in it knowing that it was hot and knowing that the air was thin, meaning that you had to take your breath and get it the best way you could. And imagine, you're running against the best in the world. And I won that Pan American Games 2 times, in Mexico City and in Chicago. 4 years later, I came back and won it again. Didn't have the high altitude, didn't have that, but I still won, and I broke my record that I had then. So I had done many things that was needed, but I climaxed it with 2 things. I made the United States Olympic team, and we said there are 3 men in each event, and that was in Melbourne, Australia, down under. And here, we made a promise to each other, the 3 Americans. We said, we're gonna win this, and you only have 3 that win. We are gonna be 1, 2, 3. And we did. We came in 1, 2, 3, and I was 3rd. That was the first clean sweep of the Olympic Games in 1956 in Melbourne, Australia, in the 400-meter hurdles. And I had that world record as well. And I couldn't go any higher than what I had done. But I learned, and when I came back, I promised myself I would be a teacher. I became a specialist of the educable, mentally retarded. And I taught them how to read, write, that people would not even think about them because they were slow learners. I taught them how to read. I taught them how to sing the greatest Christmas carol song in the world. And you know what that is? Silent Night. And it was written in German. And I took those children and had them to sing it for all of the school at Rittenhouse Junior High School in Norristown. They would never learn the language unless they spoke it from their home. I taught them how to sing it in the language which it was written, in German. I taught them how to sing Stirrak Knock. I had a very beautiful career. I loved the young people, and I helped them in each and every time I had an opportunity. And you are a great individual to start with, because I talked to a lot of young people, loved everyone I talked to. And I hope by us being friends and having a conversation that you too are going to reach out and help other people. God bless you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Warriors. That's what you are.
Want to be the first to receive new content? Subscribe to The Warrior Heart on YouTube.